Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Sri Govinda. I like to quote two verses from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita in the Adi-lila, 5th chapter, text number 4 and 5. Sarva avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan Tanhara Vidyariya Shri Balaram. Translation, Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is the fountainhead of all incarnations. Lord Balaram is his second body. Eka Isvarupanonhe Vinamatrakai Atyakai Yuha Krishna Lila Rasai. Please, these two are one and the same identity. They differ only in form. Lord Balaram is the first bodily expansion of Krishna, and he assists in Lord Krishna's transcendental pastimes. Purport: Balaram is the Svangsha expansion of the Lord, and therefore there is no difference in potency between Krishna and Balaram. The only difference is their bodily structure. As the first expansion of Godhead, Balaram is the chief deity among the first quadruple forms, and he is the foremost assistant of Sri Krishna in his transcendental activities. Once in Allahabad, there was a discussion. Srila Prabhupada was there in, I think it was in 1975, I'm not sure. And the devotees were discussing if there is a difference between Krishna and Balaram. And one devotee, he was saying that there is no difference between Krishna and Balaram, only the bodily, the color of the bodies, they are different, white and black. And another devotee, he was telling, yeah, there is a difference, because Krishna, he is with the gopis, especially with Radharani, and Balaram, he never mixes with the gopis of Krishna. This is also shown when Srimati Radharani, she is walking on the soft paths in Vrindavan in the sand, and she sees the footprints of Balaram marked by a plow and a conch and particular signs which only Balaram has. She sees Balaram was walking here, and she takes an other path around so that she doesn't meet Balaram alone. So one devotee said there is a difference, and the other, he said there is no difference. Anyway, the question or the answer will be given maybe after we discuss a little bit about these two transcendental personalities. We know that Balaram, he appeared in the womb of Devaki. Everybody knows the story, how Devaki and Vasudev, they were thrown into prison. Who doesn't know the story? Everybody knows. So they were in prison. Kamsa, the cousin brother of Devaki, put them into prison because he had a lot of fear, anxieties that the children born to Devaki and Vasudev, that they would kill him, because it was announced that the 8th child would kill him. So Balaram, before Balaram appeared, 6 other babies or embryos were in the womb of Devaki and delivered, and Kamsa, he killed them all. It is explained that these 6 personalities, actually these were Asuric persons, materialistic persons, who were killed by Kamsa, and they represent the 6 qualities, bad qualities in ourselves, namely Kama, lust, Krodha, anger, Lobha, greed, Moha, illusion, then Mada, craziness, and Matsarya, envy. So these personalities, they were killed from Kamsa. And then Balaram, as the seventh child of Devaki and Vasudeva, appeared in the womb. And then something special happened. Then it was arranged by Yogamaya that Devaki had a miscarriage actually. And all the Vasudeva and all the people in Mathura who heard about the miscarriage of Devaki, they were very sorrowful and in grief that she lost her seventh child. But actually, in the same time in Vrindavan, Rohini, mother, she was the wife of Vasudeva also, but she was in Vrindavan under the care of Nanda Maharaj. She was also pregnant in the same time, and in the 5th month, she had also a miscarriage. No, in the 7th month, she had a miscarriage. She had a miscarriage in the 7th month, and but immediately Krishna arranged that Balaram was transferred from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. So it seemed Devaki has a miscarriage, but Balaram, he was still alive, this baby was still alive, transformed into the womb of Rohini, Devi in Vrindavan. And after 5 days, she gave birth to this Balaram, Rohini Devi. And Vasudeva, Nanda Maharaj, she was wondering how it's possible after 5 days, because she had a miscarriage, Rohini. So, but she was again pregnant with Balaram. And after 5 days, she gave birth. So Nanda Maharaj, he was very astonished, and even he had some anxiety or fear. And he went to inquire by Vasudeva, what's going on here? How it's possible after 5 days that some baby is appearing? And Vasudeva, actually, he explained Nanda Maharaj what was going on, the miscarriages, that Balaram, he was transferred into the womb of Rohini, and that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is his mood, Vasudeva's mood. He is appreciating Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he explained him like this, and he chanted even mantras after the birth of Balaram. Vasudeva chanted mantras, Vedic mantras, in glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But Nanda Maharaj could not take this. Nanda Maharaj, we know Nanda Maharaj is only looking after Krishna and Balaram as his sons. So he was thinking, this Vasudeva, what he is speaking here. He was really bewildered. How is possible the Supreme Personality of Godhead is in my house, he's appearing in my house. So this was one sign, the different moods of Nanda Maharaj and Vasudeva. Even, we will speak later, they are stepbrothers. So after 5 days, Balaram, he took birth, and he actually, in the womb of Devaki, he prepared the place in the womb of Devaki that Krishna could appear 8 days later. Some say 2 weeks later. It's also stated in some shastras. We celebrate 8 days later. So Balaram, he was the elder brother, he's the elder brother, and he prepared the womb after the 6 asuras, they took birth for Krishna to appear. But actually, why Balaram, he is appearing as the elder brother? Why not the younger brother? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and normally in all other incarnations, Krishna, he is the elder one. Like in Ram Lila, Ramachandra, he is appearing, Krishna is appearing as Ramachandra. You know all the story, how he was banished to the forest. Dasharatha Maharaj, his father, he liked to coronate him actually on this day when he had to leave the house, banished for 14 years in the forest. And Lakshman, Balaram, took birth as Lakshman in this Yuga, Treta Yuga, and he was the younger brother, and there were two other younger brothers. So Ram, he suffered a lot. Actually, in the forest, there were many demons he had to conquer or kill. Then Ravana took his dearmost wife, Sita Devi, and took her to Lanka. Ram, he was suffering a lot. but who was more suffering was Lakshman actually, because he could not stand what all the troubles Ramachandra has to go through. So the brother who is really in love with his elder brother, he's suffering more, mentally especially. Mentally he's suffering more. How my elder brother can take all these things. So in this moment, and Ramachandra actually, the Vedic culture is like this, so the elder brother, he has always to say what's going on, where we go, what we do. And Lakshman, many times he would like to interfere, he would like to give advices to Ramachandra, what to do, not to go into the forest even. But Ramachandra, he always said, you're my younger brother, you don't say. I say where we go. So in this incarnation, Lakshman, he took the vow never to appear as the younger brother of Krishna. So he took the role of the elder brother, but not like we can maybe think, not because he liked to control Krishna, no. Because he likes to arrange everything like a servitor for Krishna for the best circumstances. And he knows the mood of Krishna, so he has the saying when he's the elder brother, and he can arrange everything that Krishna is the most pleased served by him. This is the mood of Balaram or Nityananda Ram. Service to Krishna, to his younger brother. Also Nityananda is the elder brother. He took again as the elder brother birth, so he will never come as the younger brother. Balaram actually, he expands himself in 5 forms, in many other forms also, but in 5 main forms as Mahasankarshan, we know. Then from Mahasankarshan, an expansion of Mahavishnu is coming, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, and Trikodakashayi Vishnu, the Paramatma. And especially the 5th form, who is Balaram, is expanding, is Anantashesha, the giant serpent who is on his hoods, who is carrying all the planets, all the universes on his hoods, that everything is balanced and everything is going smoothly in all the universes. This is Anantashesha, it's an expansion or an incarnation of Sri Balaram. So when Garga Muni, he's the family priest of Nanda Maharaj, when he made the name-giving ceremony for Krishna and Balaram, I think it was together, the name-giving ceremony for both brothers. Garga Muni, he could see exactly who these personalities were, that they were the supreme personalities of Godhead. And he gave the name to the elder brother Balaram, Bala, because he had unlimited strength. Bala means strength, and Rama because he gives joy to all the personalities, all the living entities in the universes. Rama means joy. And he said he's also known by the name of Sankarshan. Sankarshan means to unite 2 families. So Balaram, he unites 2 families because he was transferred from Devaki to Rohini. He unites the family of Vasudev and Nanda Maharaj. So like we said, Nanda Maharaj and Vasudev, they are step-brothers because Surasena, the grandfather of Balaram Krishna, he had a Kshatriya wife with whom he had Vasudev as a son, and he had a Vaishya wife, Surasena, with whom he has Nanda Maharaj. And Vasudev, he married a Kshatriya girl, Devaki, and Nanda Maharaj, he married a Vaishya girl, Yashoda. So like this is the connection between Vasudev and Nanda as step-brothers, and the 2 sons who are actually sons of both Devaki and Yashoda. So like we said, Balaram is the servitor of Krishna. He is Sevak Bhagavan. He is the supreme personality of service, and Krishna is the Sevya Bhagavan, who takes the service. But actually there is no difference between the two. Because on the absolute transcendental platform, there is no difference between service, to do service, or to take service. Because actually Krishna, he is not only who takes service, he is also giving or doing service to his devotees. Like this, our exchange is coming into existence, our lovely exchange. So Balaram, he is never separated from Krishna. In all the yugas, he is appearing with Krishna in different kind of forms, different kind of sometimes paraphernalias, but they are never separated. And Balaram is also, like we know, the original guru. He is Adi Guru. Like Nityananda Ram, he is the original spiritual master, non-different from Balaram. And our spiritual masters, Srila Prabhupada, our spiritual masters, all the guru, in the Guru Parampara, they are manifestations of the Adi Guru, Balaram and Nityananda. So we can see only by the mercy of Guru, the spiritual master, we can advance in spiritual development, we can achieve finally the highest goal, Prema Bhakti. This means Guru is expansion or manifestation of Nityananda and Balaram. We need the mercy of Balaram and Nityananda to approach or to get the service of Krishna. It's a very important role which Balaram is playing here as the Adi Guru. So he's the Adi Guru, but on the other side, he has also different rasas, relationships to Krishna himself. Some acharyas, they say he has 3 plus 2 relationships, rasas. Some they say he has 5, but it's the same. 3 plus 2 is 5. So because some 2 of them, they are a little indirect. But we start by the Shantaras, maybe, by the neutral relationship to Krishna. So there are actually, for younger devotees, there are 5 rasas, main rasas, let's say like this. 5 main rasas, relationships, what we can have with the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. So the first one is the Shantaras. This is like a neutral stage of relationship to Krishna. And Balaram, he manifests in the Shantaras as all the paraphernalia of Krishna. So everything was what Krishna is using in his daily life, in his daily activities, pastimes. This is Balaram. For example, Balaram, he becomes the slippers of Krishna because Balaram, he likes to always touch the lotus feet of Krishna. So this he cannot do in the practical life. It's a little embarrassing maybe, somebody always at your lotus feet, walking and running with the cows and with the gopas. So Balaram, he manifests as the slippers of Krishna to always touch the lotus feet of Krishna. Then he becomes the Upavitam, the Gayatri thread, Brahman thread of Krishna, to, it's said, to caress Krishna. He likes to caress Krishna, and he takes the form of the Upavitam. Then he takes the form of all the cloth of Krishna, the dhoti, the shirt, everything, to always fully embrace Krishna. He always likes to embrace Krishna, Balaram. And so he manifests as the cloth of Krishna. Then he always also liked to touch the lotus head, lotus face of Krishna, and he becomes, what he becomes? No, the head, the crown. He becomes the crown of Krishna. He becomes the pillow of Krishna. He becomes everything of Krishna. He becomes even the holy Dham. Balaram is the holy Dham. And it is said that for Krishna to perform lila, pastimes in the holy Dham, he needs Balaram. Without Balaram, Krishna, he could never perform lilas in Sri Vrindavan Dham, because Balaram, the Dham, is a manifestation of Balaram. And what else he becomes? Some idea? Mridanga, yes. This is Nityananda Ram. This I would like to say. In Kali Yuga, he becomes the Mridanga. very important instrument for us. There are some wonderful Mridanga players here in our temples. I didn't hear, but I guess he's a musician. I like Mridanga very much. A kirtan without Mridanga is like, it's a little fad. I don't know. No? In the morning we had, I think, a Guru Puja without Mridanga. Something missing. It's also said that the Mridanga is an incarnation of the flute of Krishna. So maybe when we listen really to Mridanga, we hear the flute only. But he becomes something very important also, Krishna. What we do daily, 2 hours minimum, we chant the holy name. So the holy name is a manifestation of Krishna, of Balaram, sorry. So because of this, if we like to hear, chant the holy names with attention, with some affection, then we should pray to Balaram. Because Balaram, he is manifesting as the holy name, and it is said that the holy name is not different from Krishna himself, being Atma Namanamino. So this means if we pray to Balaram to absorb in the holy name, then we can also achieve Krishna personally. So this is in the Shanta stage, the relationship in the neutral stage of Balaram and Krishna. Then in the Dasya, the next stage, the servitorship relationship between Krishna and Balaram. He sometimes, Balaram, he's massaging the lotus feet of Krishna after a long day in the forest. Like a servitor is serving his master. He's doing menial service. He's massaging the lotus feet of Krishna. And it is said, Balaram also, that he's like a chataka bird. This is a small sparrow, a small bird, especially in Vrindavan. I don't know if you find somewhere else chatakas. I think it's a particular bird in Vrindavan. I don't know. I'm not sure. So this sparrow, this chataka bird, he's drinking water only from clouds who are pouring rain directly. This means without touching the earth, this bird is flying under these clouds which are pouring the rain, and he's drinking like this bird, always. This is how he drinks water, how he survives. And it is said that Balaram also he drinks the nectar of the dark blue cloud of Ganashyam, Krishna, Bhagavan. So he's drinking always this nectar which is pouring from the dark cloud of Sri Krishna. And when he is tasting this nectar, then immediately he develops this mood or this desire to serve. This is the servitor relationship between Krishna and Balaram. Then the next one is the Sakya, the friendship relationship between Krishna and Balaram. So what we can say there? Sometimes in the forest, when Krishna he's tired, Balaram he takes him on his lap. He puts the head of Krishna on his lap, and Krishna can rest there. Like a friend, they do. They see what the other need. Then immediately they are there. They like to support. They like to comfort the other, like a true friend. Then once we know when Akrura came to Vrindavan for Mathura, because Kamsa told him to go to Vrindavan and bring the two brothers, Krishna Balaram, because he liked to kill them in Mathura, but actually he made some plan how to kill them, because he could not succeed by killing them in Vrindavan with all the demons he sent, so he liked to call them to Mathura. And Akrura, he was the messenger actually from Kamsa. So Akrura, he came to Vrindavan, and he approached Krishna Balaram and overgave the message of Kamsa that they should come to Mathura. I like to read a small passage of Krishna Sankati about this incident. Akrura arrived, and he revealed the purpose of his visit and relayed Kamsa's message that they should come, Krishna and Balaram, to Mathura. Krishna and Balaram laughed to hear that Kamsa would try to kill them. The two could hardly contain themselves. They could not, they were inside so much laughing, they could not contain themselves. How will he kill me? Asked Balaram, holding his left side and as he laughed. How he will kill me? Balaram said. He has assembled powerful wrestlers to kill you, replied Akrura. Krishna slapped his thigh. Wrestlers? Big fat ones? He laughed and cried out as if afraid, Alas, alas, big fat wrestlers. Balaram continued the rowdy mood, the rough mood they were in. What is his plan for Krishna? More fat wrestlers? He has arranged the great Kuvalaya elephant to gore Krishna, Akrura meekly replied. Wide-eyed, Krishna and Balaram looked at each other. Elephant! They said in mocking unison, an elephant! And they laughed. So this is a mood of friends, no? They have exactly the same feelings, exactly the same mood inside. And somebody's coming, and sure, they know where they are, who they are. And somebody's coming, and he has a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety about these two boys, that elephants and big wrestlers, and Kamsa like to kill them, but they are inside, they are laughing, and they are stick together completely. This is the friendship mood. And another example, a little more sad one, in the same pastime. Actually, it's just before Krishna Balaram, they had to leave Vrindavan. And everybody, we know, everybody is completely devastated. All the Brijvasis, Krishna Balaram also, sure. But Krishna Balaram, they are sad because they have to leave Vrindavan, but they are more sad because they see the Brijvasis lying almost unconscious on the ground, out of separation, because they know now they will leave. Driven by grief, they rebuked Yashoda, Nanda, and the Gopas, crying pitifully, cursing Akrura, and calling out to hurry. The women of Braj poured out of the palace and down the mountainside. The depth of their pain made everyone present, including Krishna, cry. And all the people of Braj, even Akrura, fainted. Krishna trembled like a leaf blown by the wind. Only Balaram's comforting touch could steady him. Tears flowed from Krishna's eyes, and his mind reeled to see his most beloveds in such pain. So everybody was really in grief and fainted, everybody fainted. Also Balaram, for sure, we don't have to think that Balaram, he was not in this mood. But Balaram, he was, as the elder brother, he took this moment, and he, by his, like he said, by a comforting touch, he could steady Krishna. That also Krishna, he would not faint or would even give up his body. So Balaram, as a good friend, is always there if we need him. A good friend is especially then there when our pain is the most. So in this moment, Balaram, he was the one who steadied Krishna. Then we come to the Vatsalya mood, the parental mood. We can have a parental relationship to Krishna. Balaram has, like he has all the other four also. Vatsa means Vatsalya. Vatsa means, somebody knows? Calf. And calf means, a calf you have to always take care of. So Vatsalya means to take care of, like a parent, like an elder brother. This is Vatsalya mood. When Krishna, he left in the morning, Vrindavan, not Vrindavan, he doesn't leave Vrindavan, but he leaves for the forest to graze the cows. When he leaves in this moment, Mother Yashoda, she's very anxious what will happen this day, because every day he's leaving Krishna and Balaram. So she's very in anxiety what will happen. She will be not there. She will follow maybe some distance, but then Krishna and Balaram sent her back. So in this moment she takes Balaram to her side and tells him, my dear Balaram, please, please take care of your younger brother, that everything will be all right in the forest. So every morning she's doing this. Even Balaram, he knows already, Mother Yashoda will come. But yeah, this is her love. This is the real love of a mother for her son. And she could trust Balaram, because Balaram, he was very, how you say, paka? He was very paka in this kind of thing. Because, yeah, why he was paka? Because it's his mood. He likes to serve, he likes to care about Krishna. It was very natural. It was nothing, how you say, artificial. Nothing artificial, yeah. And Mother Yashoda, she knows that Balaram's mood is like this. Then another example for this Vatsalya parental mood is when Krishna, we know he is stealing butter in all the houses of the gopis. Butter and yogurt and fresh cheese, the best things in Vrindavan which you can have. Even nowadays, when you can get a real fresh yogurt or butter in Vrindavan, is still full of bliss. You eat bliss personified. But we cannot imagine what was then when Krishna and Balaram were here on this planet Earth, how the milk and butter was tasting. Really, this butter is for me, and the charge, the buttermilk is, I never had something like this. But anyway, yeah. So Balaram and Krishna, they went in the different houses, and one day Krishna, he decided to go to the house of Charati. Charati was an old lady. Somebody knows her? Charati she was an old lady. She looked a little funny, almost ugly. And the gopis, they always made fun of her. So they said, when they saw her, Charati passed by, and the gopis, look, Charati is coming. She looks like a frog, this lady. And she has eyes like a dog. And her two breasts, they are like two string beans. They were making always fun of her. And Charati, she heard what the gopis were speaking. And she was she was not so happy for sure. You can imagine, somebody's telling us, you have eyes like a dog, or you look like a frog, and so on and so forth. Then Krishna, he's very compassionate, Krishna. So he thought, okay, I will go to the house of Charati to console her. Because actually, he will go to steal the butter, but what is really going on is that when Krishna enters the houses of the Brijvasis, they accuse him. Oh, you stole my butter. They run after him, they chase him, they catch him sometimes, bring him to Mother Yashoda and accuse them in front of Mother Yashoda. He stole butter and this. But this is not the real thing. The real thing is that they always wait until Krishna and Balaram enter their house. Because in this moment when Krishna and Balaram entering their houses to steal the butter, the house will become completely enlightened and the whole atmosphere is changing. The spontaneous love of these gopis, elder gopis, they almost explode out of their heart. So they are always anxious with Krishna and Balaram coming. Even outside they say, oh, you thief, don't come anymore, don't steal my butter. So Krishna, he thought, I will do some pleasure for Charati, because every day she gets the swords from the mocking from the gopis. So he enters and he steals the butter, but Charati is catching him, not catching really like this, but catching him like she sees him stealing the butter. And she's chasing him, and she's running behind him. She's an older lady, so it's not so easy. for her to run behind Krishna. But Krishna anyway, he's a small boy, so he's himself in anxiety, and he's running what he can do with his small legs. He's running and running, and in the same time he's calling for Balaram. Hey Balaram, Dauji! Dauji means elder brother. Balaram, please, please, help me, protect me. And immediately, Balaram is there, immediately. So Balaram is always, everywhere where Krishna is, he is there. And he takes Krishna and he protects him, like a friend. Sorry, like a parent is doing, he's protecting, like the elder brother is doing. Then in the Madhurya Ras, Balaram, we heard in the beginning, he's never mixing. Madhurya Ras is the relationship between married or unmarried boys and girls. So in the Madhurya Ras, we said Balaram is never mixing with Radharani, the gopis of Krishna. They belong to Krishna. He has his own gopis, Balaram. So how he can participate in this lila? Somebody has said. Yes, very good. So he takes, because he likes to be there, for sure he likes to be there, because this is the most ecstatic thing you can experience when Krishna is with his gopis. So he's expanding, or he's manifesting, or he's expanding him as Ananga Manjari, and she is the younger sister of Srimati Radharani. So in this way, indirectly, he is also participating in Krishna's Madhurya Lila pastime. Because he's the older brother, because he was thinking, when Krishna Balaram, they were in Dwaraka already. Dwaraka, they left Vrindavan and went to Mathura. Now they are in Dwaraka. So as the elder brother, Balaram, he thought, how will feel the Brijvasis in Vrindavan? Because Krishna, when he left Vrindavan, he promised that he will come back. But actually he never went back to Vrindavan. How they feel the Brijvasis there. He took the mood of the inhabitants of Vrindavan and he asked his brother, younger brother, hey, Kanai, actually, why you never went back to Vrindavan? Even you promised everybody you will come back. And Krishna, he said, actually, you know, Balaram, I'm a very ungrateful person. You cannot trust me. I'm like this is my nature. I'm very ungrateful. Because of this, I never went back to Vrindavan. So this is one reason. The Acharya explained, Krishna, he's putting himself in this position as an ungrateful devotee. This means, ungrateful means you don't have love for your person with whom you have a relationship. The Acharya explained this cannot be the only reason, because Krishna, he has love for the Vrijvasis. So they explained that in Dwaraka, the Dvarakavasis, after Krishna came to Dwaraka, they developed a very intimate relationship to Krishna. And they knew about this promise that Krishna said he will go back to Vrindavan. So they didn't like to experience the same thing that the Brijvasis experienced when he left Vrindavan. So the Dvarakavasis, they could not imagine that Krishna leaves Dwaraka, and they arranged everything to hold him back. Sometimes they even used some tricks to hold him back in Dwaraka. So this is another reason, maybe we can say an outer reason, that Krishna, he never went back to Vrindavan. But like we know, finally Krishna, he went back to Vrindavan. But this is another story. So Balaram, he was thinking in this moment, I cannot bear this situation that Krishna is not going back to Vrindavan. And he himself, because he is the personification of compassion, he himself, he made the vow, I will go back to Vrindavan. And I like to see what is happening there in Vrindavan with the inhabitants there. He thought maybe they are not even anymore living. Maybe they are on the, how do you say, on the threat to death. So he made the vow that he likes to go back to Vrindavan. Another name of Sankarshan, or another meaning of Sankarshan, means to pull or to attract. So we said also to, we said he, how do you say, he, two families, he, how is it, the word? United, thank you. United two families, unite, then, but also the meaning of Sankarshan is also to pull or to attract. So he made the vow to pull back Krishna to Vrindavan, to attract Krishna so much that he will go back to Vrindavan. So Balaram, he went back in the month of between March and May. I don't know now the Sanskrit names of this month. He went back to Vrindavan and he met the Brijvasis and he spoke with them for sure, and he said, don't worry, Krishna, he promised me he will come back, and me personally, I'm giving my word that it will be so. And especially the gopis, they said, maybe, but they were in such a condition, they didn't say, They were not in a funny mood, actually. But they didn't believe him. They didn't believe Balaram. You know, not long ago, Uddhava, the nearest friend, dearest servant of Krishna, he came to Vrindavan and he promised us that he will bring back Krishna to Vrindavan. But we never saw Krishna until then. And Balaram, he says, actually Uddhava, yes, Uddhava. But Uddhava, you know, he has a special relationship to Krishna. He's in the Dasya mood. We heard Dasya means the servitor. He's completely controlled. He's completely controlled by Krishna. So he cannot actually act or decide. And what to speak to order Krishna to go back to Vrindavan. How he can have the power that he brings back Krishna. But me, actually, I'm not in this servant mood. I'm in all the rasas with Krishna. So I can, for sure, I can arrange that Krishna, he will come back. As an elder brother, I have the same. As a friend, I can convince him. And actually, like we know, or we said, Krishna, he went back to Vrindavan after some time, but after Balaram was there and gave them the promise. I like to speak shortly because it's almost 7 o'clock about some tattva also, about our anarthas in the heart, because if we like to advance in spiritual life, if you like to chant the holy name like you did today, incredible, wonderful, I don't know how many hours, Jamananda Prabhu, I think he sits here 6 hours in Bhajan and Kirtan and doesn't eat, and he's completely, and many others, only I know that he's doing Kirtan. So wonderful, I don't have so much taste for the holy name. Maybe you can give me some. Maybe I can learn some. Anyway, but to really absorb into the holy name, we have to get out all our anarthas, means all our unwanted things. Anartha is, the word is unwanted things in our heart. And it is explained in by the acharyas that different anarthas, different unwanted things in our hearts represents some demons in Vrindavan who tried to kill Krishna, and there are at least, would I like to speak now, 2 demons, not so many were killed by Balaram, and who he killed, maybe somebody knows, one of them, or 2? Dhenukasura, yes, and Putra was killed by Krishna. Ralambasura also, and he had to fight with Trivida. So Dhenukasura, he represents the anartha of material intelligence. So like an ass, we see sometimes in India especially, the asses, they are loaded with really incredible, sometimes I cannot imagine how much load they can carry, of bricks or sand or I don't know what. So they are loaded and loaded and loaded, and they have to work for their master for a small grass, which he gives them in the end of the day. Even the grass is growing everywhere. So, like this material intelligence is like we take burdens on ourselves. When we use our material intelligence, then we are striving for material things. And these material things, they load our back more and more and more, and almost we are collapsing, but we, in the same time, we forgot our spiritual intelligence, and we completely we forget spiritual knowledge, why we are actually here, what is our purpose here in this material world. So this is the representation of Dhenukasura, and he represents also envy. It's said, like Krishna Balaram, when Dhenukasura came, or it was in the forest of Talavan. These are some fruits, very fresh, juicy fruits. So Dhenukasura, he didn't like that Krishna Balaram entered this forest to take the fruits, because the Gopas, they liked these fruits, but Dhenukasura, with his mates, he closed this forest completely. Actually, he liked to defend until the end these fruits, that they can enjoy these fruits for themselves. And it means that an envy person who has this anartha of envy, he doesn't like that others, especially other devotees, that they taste the thala fruit of bhakti. So this is envy to other devotees, that we don't like that they get the juice of bhakti. We are always trying to be better or in the center, or we like to even pull down others or speak bad about others. This is Dhenukasura. And Pralambasura, he is representing material, or there's always material, lust. He is the inclination of lust, especially the lust for the opposite sex, other women or men particular, and also it goes until the subtle anartha of honor and fame. This is the subtle anartha. When we overcome the gross anartha of sexual desires, then it will go on. Don't worry. After we overcome this desire, then the subtle desire will come, or is always there, to get honor or fame. So this is also an anartha and demon in our heart, which Balaram is conquering. And how he is conquering these anarthas? He is taking his big club. Today he has not the club. He is crashing all these anarthas in our heart. Then he takes his plow and he pulls them out. But he can only do this if we are praying for this, if we are also sincere and ready to do something from our side. Balaram, he will never interfere in our desires, material or spiritual, so he always lets us our desire, what we like to do. I mean, what we like to do, not in the material world, but what we like, Krishna or Maya, material energy, so he doesn't interfere there. So we have to prepare something, and then Balaram, he will come with his club and with his plow to get out these anarthas. And actually, the point is how we do this, that we prepare ourselves by hearing, it's said, by hearing the pastimes, and by pleasing Balaram, we can prepare our hearts that Balaram can come and get out our anarthas, our unwanted things. So we have to please him, and we have to hear his pastimes. 7 o'clock, I have a lot more, but Anyway, I will take a short question, maybe somebody or some comment if somebody likes to add something, some doubts or some questions. And maybe funny story maybe in the end. I mean, I think it's funny. Because in comparison to the... Anyway, I'll start like this. There was a king in Satyayuga, and he had a beautiful, really exceptional beautiful daughter, and he liked to marry her, but he could not find any husband. He was traveling everywhere around. But no husband was fitting to this beautiful and really from the character also beautiful lady, daughter, girl, I think. They married quite early in this thing. So actually then, in this moment, after a long time, actually he was searching, Narada Muni, he passed in the kingdom, and he was asking him what is his sorrow or his grief, this king's grief, and he told him he is looking for a suitable husband for his daughter, but he can nowhere find any. So Narada Muni, he said, good, my dear king, his name was Revata, give your daughter Revati to Balaram in marriage. But Balaram was not there. It was Satyayuga. How is possible? Then the king, he knew Balaram is not there. So he asked, but how is possible? Balaram is not visible on the planet here. Then Narada Muni said, don't worry, Balaram, he will be there in Dwarapa Yuga. So we know Satyayuga goes, I don't know how many millions of years. Then comes Treta Yuga, and then only comes Dwarapa Yuga, and Balaram is appearing in end of Dwarapa Yuga. So how long it will be? Then the king was shocked. He had also the daughter. She was shocked to wait so long. But then actually maybe the king didn't know Balaram so much, because then Narada Muni, he said, you know, but actually this Balaram, he's the supreme personality of Godhead. And he's the only one who can marry your daughter. So then the king was very happy, because not everybody has the chance to marry his daughter to the supreme personality of Godhead, Balaram. But then there was this problem, because in Satyayuga we know the people are, I don't know how tall, but in Dwarapa Yuga they were like 14 feet, I think 2 meters. But in Satyayuga maybe they were 6 or 8 meters, the people. So Revati, the princess, she was maybe 6 or 8 meters. And in Dwarapa, she waited until Dwarapa Yuga. Balaram, he was 2 meters. So you can imagine. Balaram has to look up. So Revati. Now what he did, some idea. What Balaram did, he took his plow, hooked the shoulder of Revati, and pulled her down until she was the good size for him. Like this, you know, Balaram has 2 wives, Revati and Baruni, and it is said that all the husbands in Kali Yuga, they should carry a plow, because in Kali Yuga, so many of wives are taller than the husbands. So always the husbands should carry a plow to pull down their wives. Shri Krishna Balarama ki, Vrindavan Dham ki, Karna Baladev Subharadevi ki, Siddharangama Prabhu Nityananda Ram ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Gaurati ki.